Hey, what is going on, guys? Pineapple Swayers. I'm not bringing you guys a long video today, but more just a announcement video. Apparently, and I'm not sure if this is true or not. I've just seen it, but apparently, WB is interested in making a DC style game that's similar to Marvel Rivals, or probably identical to Marvel Rivals. And it's funny to see that DC's wanting to copy Marvel Rivals, since obviously Marvel Rivals is one of the most successful games of really this past, what, it's been out for a year or almost a year now, I think. And everyone loves it. And to me, it's like, knowing WB, they're going to make this game, probably call it DC Rivals, and it's probably just not going to be good. They're probably going to screw it up. And the funny thing about Marvel Rivals is realistically the game is in a horrible state, right? If you play it, I think a lot of people can say that the game's in a horrible state, but why is the game still popular? Why do people still play the game? Well, it's because I'll just say it's very fan service. Marvel Rivals is, if you get what I'm saying. Not gonna elaborate any further on that, but you know, looking at DC and looking what they've done these last few years with games, it's like really hard to even trust them if they're even gonna make anything good, because I mean they're probably just gonna microtransaction the living bejesus out of the game, and it just won't be fun. And oddly enough, too, it'll probably just be like a Batman game, since probably about 80% of the roster will be Batman characters. So there's just a lot of problems, I would say, and like it just kind of comes off as desperation for money and success, because you're wanting and willing to copy a game that's already basically been done. And that's kind of the thing with WB. You may have heard me say this phrase a few times, and you've probably seen other people say this phrase. WB, they're always late to a trend, about 3 to 4 years late. They always hop on a trend 3 to 4 years later. Like, for example, and no offense to Rocksteady, like, obviously we all know Kill the Justice League was live service. If they would have released that game in like 2020, like they actually planned to, the game probably would have been a success, because that's when people liked live service games. There was really nothing else to do. People were locked in the house. There was nothing else to play. So we would just play video games and just buy stupid stuff. That's just what we did during 2020. But instead, the game came out in 2024 and everyone hated it. And people really love, like, are really loving Marvel Rivals right now, but 3 years from now, people probably aren't going to like Marvel Rivals as much, or that style of game. People are going to get sick of it and move on to the next big thing, whatever that may be. And that's really the problem with WB, is they don't really take risk. They kind of just do stuff that's already been done before, but then they try to change it up a little bit. Like, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just change it up a little bit. That's kind of what WB does. And for better or worse, WB used to do great things. They used to take risk. Like, we all remember the Arkham collection, and just some other stuff that was releasing and that would come out, especially from 2000, like I would say 2005 to like 2016. I mean, WB was killing it with the video games and who they had working on their games, and now they're just kind of, it just feels like a desperate measure, because obviously their games division is not really in a good state. And copying Marvel Rivals just seems like this desperate measure, this Hail Mary to make things good. But knowing WB, it probably won't be good. But enough ranting from me, enough just kind of saying and speaking negatively about this. What do you guys think? I think it could be cool. I think it could be a lot of fun and content for the channel, but I don't really think people are going to like it as much as they do Marvel Rivals. Like what I said, Marvel Rivals is really popular because of its fan service, in quotations. So if DC sort of takes that same route and goes fan service, people will probably like it. And if there's good, events that gives you free stuff, like Marvel Rivals, they at least do that. Like, you can get a ton of free stuff just by simply playing the game. But like, knowing WB, they're probably going to charge you like $10 for a character and like $20 for an outfit. Although Marvel Rivals does that, and I don't really like games that do that. And it's stupid, because it's like, people say they don't want live service games, but then Marvel Rivals is successful, blah, 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 blah. None of that matters. But anyways, though, it's like, hopefully this game does well. I really doubt it. I really don't think it is. I hope it does well. I'm looking forward to it. Who's ever making it? Probably gonna be maining Harley Quinn day one when that game comes out, or Batman. But anyways, though, this is Pineapple Sway. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for DC Rivals? Apparently, we're just gonna assume that this rumor is true. But yeah, apparently, like what I said, WB's taking the next step to make a copy/clone of Marvel Rivals. Anyways, though, this is Pineapple Sway. Peace out.